All right, as promised, we are doing life cycle writing today. So you need to take your research that you did yesterday. And remember, if you haven't finished your research, you need to finish that first. And we are working on this page today. So I have sent it to you in class stories. Remember, you don't need to print it. You can just write it down on a piece of paper. This just helps you kind of spread it out and make sure that you have everything. But I'm perfectly happy with you guys not to print it off, save a tree, and just write it on a piece of paper. Okay? Remember to send it to me when you're finished, and I will give you some feedback. Okay? And we'll talk about everything you need right now. So, you need your research. As I said, if you are not finished your research, please stop this video and finish your research before you do your writing. Your writing is going to be due on Sunday, and actually tomorrow you will have no English lesson, so you can finish writing everything and you can catch up if you're behind or if you're missing anything. And you can also kind of start your rough copy or your good copies, of your work. So for your writing today, you need to use sequencing words, and I'll show you where. But I wanted to give you guys a little reminder, just like we did yesterday with the sequencing, just with some more words. So you can actually use these words in your writing today. So we're starting off with a topic sentence like we always do. Remember that the topic sentence draws the reader in, and tells the reader what the paragraph will be about. So Miss Julia has done 2 examples for us about brown bears. The first is the life cycle of the brown bear has 5 important steps. And the second one is, have you ever wondered about the life cycle of the brown bear? So she's done 2. Now remember, you could also just have a topic sentence that says, in this paragraph, I will tell you about the brown bear's life cycle. That is fine too. So as long as it kind of hooks in the reader or tells the reader what the paragraph will be about, it will be a good topic sentence. Remember, you can do a mix of both. So Miss Julia could have written, have you ever wondered about the life cycle of a brown bear? In this paragraph, I will tell you all about it. And that would have hooked me in and told the reader what the paragraph will be about. But it's up to you. If you just want to write 1 sentence, perfect. If you want to write 2 sentences here, that's cool too. Or even 3 if it will fit. Okay, it's your choice. You decide what you want to write. You guys shouldn't have any problems with this. I've seen a lot of really, really good topic sentences, so I'm very happy with the topic sentences you guys have done, and I know that this will be super easy for you to come up with a great one for a life cycle. So step 2 is to write the body. Now this is where you need to use your sequencing words, and we're going to go through it and see what I mean by that. So when you did your research, I gave you a bunch of questions and asked that you find the answers to those questions. So hopefully you found the answers to all of them. Now remember, I said that you didn't have to answer every single question, but that it was a good idea too. But you didn't have to, especially if your animal had a lot of stages in their life cycle. So question 1 is, does the animal's life begin as a live birth or does it hatch from an egg? So the first sentence that Miss Julia has here is, the life cycle of a brown bear has 5 stages. So that actually answers the second question, which is how many stages does the animal go through? So we know it's 5. So I'm going to cross that off. We've done that, okay? But it also says describe each. So when we describe each stage, that's when you use your sequencing words, okay? But let's see the second sentence. Brown bears have live births and are not hatched from eggs. So that answers the first one, so I can cross that one off. So here, the next sentence is we have first. So there's our first sequencing word, and now we're describing the stages. First, the cub is born in the winter while its mom is hibernating in a den. There might be 4 or 5 cubs, and the mom might not even wake up during the birth. So that describes stage 1. Then we have second, in the spring, the mom and cubs come out of the den, and the cubs learn how to hunt and gather food. They also learn how to stay safe. The cub is fully grown when it is 1 year old. Okay, so that is the second stage. Then we have the third stage. So Miss Julia has used the word next. You could use the word third. It's up to you. Remember, you have your list of sequencing words. When it is 2 or 3 years old, it will go to live on its own and hunt and gather by itself. Okay? After that, when it is 4 years old, it will find a mate. And that means if it's a mom bear, it will find a dad. And if it's a dad bear, it will find a mom. And then finally, it will go into hibernation for winter and a new cycle will start. And the mommy bear will give birth to new babies. So new cubs. Okay? So we have described each stage. So each of the 5 stages have been described. And then the last question is, what is the animal's lifespan? How long does it usually live for? So we have the brown bear normally lives for between 20 to 30 years. So all of my questions have been answered. So let's see if I have enough sentences now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sentences. So remember that you only need about 6 sentences. Okay, I'm going to say 6 to 8 would be the best. That's terrible again. Let's erase that. So try to aim to have at least 6 sentences. You should have had 6 facts, but it's okay. There, 6 sentences. 6 to 8 sentences. Okay. So aim for 6 to 8. If you have more, I'll be super impressed. If you can't get to 6, then you might need to do a little bit more research. Remember that your animals should all have at least 3 parts, 3 stages in their life cycle, especially if they are mammals. So then you can answer the question: does the animal's life begin as a live birth, or does it hatch from an egg? That would give you 4. And what is the animal's lifespan? How long does the animal live for? And then make sure you describe each stage. So if it has 3 stages, say it has 3 stages. Stage 1 is this, then stage 2 is this, finally stage 3 is this, and that will make it longer. So make sure that you answer all of the questions and tick them off as you go. All right? Make sure that you have sequencing words. So you should have a sequencing word that starts off each stage. And as always, please remember capital letters, full stops, proper punctuation throughout. If you need help with spelling, remember, check the dictionary, go to a thesaurus, ask Siri, ask your brother or sister before you ask mom and dad. All right? And please do your best work. Remember, if you don't have enough sentences, or if there's other information in there that you don't need, I'll probably send it back. So please make sure that you are following the instructions carefully and only answering these questions about life cycle, okay? And that's it. It's your turn to get started. So I look forward to seeing all of your life cycle research. Remember that this is due on Sunday. So you do have a whole day tomorrow to work on it. Tomorrow is a kind of what we call a catch-up day. It's a catch-up and review day. So you won't have any English. It's a day to work on your project and to make sure that you are all caught up with everything and to start your good copy as well. So make sure that you take your time, do your best work, and you have a few days to do this. So I expect it to be really, really good. And remember to also send me your life cycle picture if you haven't already. That's also due on Sunday. So I look forward to seeing your writing, and off you go.